suburban Detroit, the home of the Pistons, where we'll be broadcasting today's game live. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And so off the tip, it's Oklahoma City. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The rugged duo of Ibaka and Adams in the middle. Russell Westbrook out there with Dion Waiters. And it's Durant in at the 3 spot. And it's sent back by Drummond. Jackson against Waiters. Jackson dishes to Morris. Here's Drummond, and he goes in for the dunk.
I tell you what, you gotta love his aggressiveness finishing inside like that.
Well, his leaping ability, Clark, gives him a great advantage.
And that's why they look to get him the ball around the rim. It's either a dunk or free throws every time.
And so it's the Pistons getting on the board first. Stolen by Jackson. On up the court. On the wing, Harris. He's covered by Westbrook. On the wing, Harris. Inside. Here's Drummond. Can't get it to go. And the Thunder going the other way now. Drummond, a bit of a disappointing season last year. Not so much in play, but people wanted to see a bigger leap from him. Now, his numbers are still pretty jaw-dropping. But I think he's got so much there to give.
He has a lot of potential, Kevin. And listen, I don't think his play was bad. He just had such huge expectations to live up to. I mean, player development is not a straight line, and it would have been very hard to have him take another huge leap forward. Sometimes you have that sophomore jinx. But I'm expecting a big year from him this season.
Westbrook kicks to Ibaka. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
How about the excitement right now that he's playing the game with? I love it.
He capped that dunk off with some serious hang time on the rim.
I tell you what, he just couldn't contain himself on that one.
Here's Jackson. The Thunder making the shot. Harris kicks to Drummond. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, it's hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's only 22 years old.
Going back to Andre Drummond, some say there aren't any true centers entering the NBA these days. But I look at Andre, I look at DeMarcus Cousins, Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, and I think to myself, what are these people talking about?
To the left side wing. Here's Westbrook. Shot is off. And Detroit the other way now. And the wide open shot from Morris. He sticks that one in from 20 feet away.
And talking about Andre Drummond, I remember when he fell to number 9 on draft day. All sorts of experts were making excuses as to why. But even then, there was this eerie feeling that some teams had made a huge mistake in passing on him. And that feeling turned out to be correct.
For Detroit, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Poked away, stolen by Waiters. Here's Durant. Tries again. Waiters no luck.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Outside Jackson. He kicks to Drummond, and Waiters over to help. 6 to shoot. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Here is Durant. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop-chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
So it's the Pistons now, following the score by Oklahoma City. He's covered by Westbrook. Down low. Out to Harris. Clock at 4. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Well, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
And it's sent back by Drummond. And they get it back. And they're able to recover for the finish. And slam dunk by Harris.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Shoots it up. Offensive rebound. Westbrook. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Pistons trail by 4. Jackson with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Near the three-point line, it's Morris. Gets a very good look and converts. And here is Durant. Outside Westbrook. Jacks up a 3. Detroit with the rebound. Now Jackson. There's the dish to Drummond. Pass to Harris. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Drummond. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And for Tobias Harris, a resurgence of sorts last season, Clark, especially from behind the arc, where he shot a career-high 36%.
You know, he'd only hit 25% from 3 the year before, Kevin. So, yeah, a monster improvement in accuracy from long range.
And he sinks the second.
And getting back to Harris, there's just so much to like about his game. He lives in the gym, has a tremendous feel for the game, and he knows how to maximize his production within those athletic limitations.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Now here's Jackson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Pass to Drummond. Durant with the steal. Here's Waiters.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay.
And he bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right there for sure.
He'll take those all day.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Johnson, he's checked in for Detroit. And a switcher also for Oklahoma City. Cantor, he's checked in for Steven Adams. The Thunder leading by 4. Now here's Westbrook. And Waiters has it in the corner. Fires from the wing. Can't get it to go. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And here's Morris for 3. They grab their own miss. Here's Drummond, and he jams it with authority.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And, Gia, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has never been a question mark. He is an incredibly self-motivated player.
Now Johnson. After Westbrook's missed 3. Harris kicks to Drummond. Out to Harris. Takes the 3. No luck. And the Thunder going the other way now.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Jackson kicks to Harris. Drummond working against Cantor. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Thunder?
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Drummond passes to Morris. Clock at 6. On the wing, Jackson. Drummond in the post. He's covered by Cantor, but they'll get another chance. Ball's knocked loose. And oh, here comes Durant all alone. Rejected by Harris. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. Pistons trail by 3. Well, last season, the Pistons didn't reach the playoffs for the 6th consecutive season. They're making progress, but as we can all see, still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you know, they were spoiled for a while there. How about going to the playoffs for 1996 to 2009? So it's been a rough stretch here of late, but you get the feeling that the building blocks are in place for another push.
Now here's Drummond, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
And check out the bounce.
Bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right,
You
showing
said
him
it,
off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
Here's Waiters after the basket by Detroit, and that one's good. And that's now 9 points for Kevin Durant.
And I bet most people forget that the Pistons did make the playoffs for 8 straight years before this current drought. It's been a long rebuild process for them recently, but I think they're making progress and moving in the right direction.
And the basket good. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And for the Pistons, they seem to have a direction and plan now that just wasn't the case before. It won't be easy to get back into the postseason, but I really feel like they are on the right path. And guys, Reggie Jackson was at the end of a yo-yo last season. He starts in Oklahoma for an injured Westbrook. Westbrook comes back, sends Jackson to the bench. Then Oklahoma sends Jackson to Detroit, where he fills in for another injured starter in Brandon Jennings for the rest of the year.
For the Pistons, Aaron Baines comes in for Drummond. And it's Tolliver in for Tobias Harris. And then for Oklahoma City, Nick Collison's checked in for Ibaka. Kyle Singler comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Payne in for Waiters. Westbrook, no good. Now getting back to Jackson, he showed several times last season that he has that starter ability. The Thunder knew they wouldn't re-sign him, Clark, in free agency, so they traded him to avoid losing him for nothing.
Yeah, and that's a good move. And with the Pistons, Jackson finished the season strong, while the Thunder, without Jackson or Durant's contributions, missed the playoffs for the first time in years.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
No good on the second free throw. Last year, the Thunder were in a playoff battle all season, Clark. Their road record of 16-24, a big part of why they didn't sneak into the playoffs.
Well, when you're dealing with the kinds of injuries the Thunder had last year, it's impossible to be your best, and grinding out road wins is that much tougher.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it, trailing by 2. Johnson against Westbrook, out to the wing. Releases from 15. The shot is off. And it's Detroit the other way.
And really with the Thunder and their road problems last season, both Phoenix and New Orleans had better road records than they did. And had the Thunder been tougher on the road, no doubt they would have made it in.
Jackson has the open look. And there's another one for the Pistons.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
Westbrook against Johnson. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
And, you know, the Thunder had road trouble right out of the gate last season, guys. Only had one road win in their first 9 road games. They also had 4 different instances of 4 or more game road losing streaks last season.
Now here's Jackson following the miss by Russell Westbrook. 5 to shoot. Right side Jackson pulls up from the corner, and Cantor pulls it down.
You know, a team's rebounding is one of the great measures of its energy, and theirs has been terrific in the first quarter.
Yeah, they've brought it in terms of having another level of intensity right from the tip.
And Westbrook gets it to go. 1:06 left here in the opening quarter. Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Jackson. He has 5 to the paint. Here's Baines. It's tipped. And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Down low. And Baines kicks to Morris. Stolen by Cantor. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Shot from the wing. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Jackson in the corner. Baines dishes to Johnson. It's deflected. Westbrook with it. There's a screen by Cantor. It's Westbrook with the drive. Westbrook missing again. Tie game in Detroit. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Kevin Durant, former MVP, still feels like he has room to grow, and he gives us some insight into that philosophy.
I think it's another level I can go to. You know, always can be better. That's how I look at things. Teammates need me more than ever now. Coaches need more from me, so I got to dig deep and see where I can find it from.
Well, the will seems to be there, Greg, but Kevin Durant seems surrounded by uncertainty. Can he get that and stay healthy for the entire season? How does he work with his new coach? Where does he really want to be?
You know, the truth is, no one but Kevin knows the answers to those questions. And quite frankly, he may not know right now what those answers are. He's a very unique and introspective kind of guy, as we all saw when he accepted that MVP award a couple of years ago. So let's just stay tuned on this one.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
Right from the start, they have been able to really own the paint and just dominate the backboard.
Well, Greg, you can't dominate the boards unless all 5 guys are making the effort to box out and chase down the ball.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. Down low, it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Deion Waiters is out there with Anthony Morrow. And it's Singler in at the 3, the small forward. Offensive rebound. And it's Drummond with the jam.
And he's just going all out to get the second chance points. Just a terrific finish.
There was no one that was going to prevent MGA from converting that one.
Well, clearly this is the kind of game that could come down to 1 or 2 plays, and he wants to be the guy to make those plays.
So it's the Thunder now, after the basket by Detroit. Waiters no luck.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
They've had a strong game on that front, Clark, no doubt about it.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Here's Singler, following the score by Reggie Jackson. Morrow, the pass to Ibaka. Stolen by Jackson, and that's a foul called on Kyle Singler. That's his first foul. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Durant's checked in. The feed to Tolliver. Back to Jackson. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for Detroit.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing they've done well is they've run the shooters off their sweet spots. They've really closed out well and forced them to put the basketball on the floor.
Boy, Durant showing us how it's done with that stroke.
Waiters against Jackson, and it's Dion Waiters with the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
There's the pick. Harris outside. Jackson kicks to Drummond. The Pistons working the ball around now. Just 5 on the clock. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Drummond having a terrific game. He's got 10 points and 2 blocks.
Offensively, defensively, man, he has done it all.
All hustle, non-stop effort. He just doesn't quit. Great resilience and relentlessness in his play.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
And for long stretches of the season, the Thunder, they had a short bench early on due to injury and just having a short rotation. They did change things up, though, as they went through that regular season.
Here's Jackson. Dion Waiters making his last shot. It's Jackson with the drive. And Drummond kicks to Harris. And it's blocked by Adams. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Clock is at 3. Tolliver kicks to Jackson. Second chance shot, and he sinks the layup.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Now here's Durant. 11 points in the game. Three-pointer. Kept alive.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Up high to stop the alley-oop.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
Here is Durant, following the bucket by the Pistons. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
You look at Kevin Durant, and he does have a bit of an unusual body type. Still is fairly thin, even after 8 years in the league. Yet, up until last season, he'd been one of the more durable players in the league. Kind of like Reggie Miller in that regard.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Talking about Durant's physical makeup, some scouts were actually worried about his athleticism when he declared for the draft after just 1 year at Texas. At the NBA Combine, Greg, you were talking about this. He posted some of the worst numbers of all the top prospects.
He did, but I tell you what, he did blow people away with his length. 6'10", with a 7-foot 5-inch arm span. I mean, that makes up for a whole lot in this league. And as we've seen throughout his Hall of Fame career, I think it's worked out pretty nice.
I think it has too. Now, here is Ibaka. Shot's good by Waiters.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
The Pistons have gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Stolen by Waiters. Morrow kicks to Durant, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
A signature slam right there from the big fella. How many of those have we seen before?
Detroit's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Kicks it to Tolliver. At the elbow, it's Drummond. Outside Jackson to stop the run. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
For 3, Durant. That doesn't go either for Durant.
They've clearly been the better team on the glass. It hasn't necessarily translated to the scoreboard yet.
Yeah, but over a full game, I like their energy. And if they can maintain that level of effort, I think it bodes well for them down the stretch.
Now Jackson following Durant's three-point attempt. Shot clock at 5. Here's Drummond. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season, signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoffs.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And for Billy Donovan, we were talking about him. He had been with Florida for so long, the Gator program built by him. It'll be a big change, though, before he almost took, remember that the Magic job back in 2007?
You know, there was a change of heart for him with the Orlando gig, and Donovan's done nothing but win at Florida, and he'll have that same pressure to succeed with the high expectations with the Thunder.
Russell Westbrook in for Oklahoma City. Thunder trailing by 3. Outside Durant. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. You go back to before last season with Durant. He was set to lead Team USA to the tournament, but had to withdraw from the team club.
And, you know, withdrawing, Kevin, might have been the right play to keep him healthy. He still ended up on the shelf a good while last year, but I still think it was the right decision on his part.
Blake with it. He's covered by Westbrook. Blake kicks to Drummond. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And as competitive as Durant is, you know, it was strange to see him take himself off of Team USA. But let's face it, that Paul George injury played a big role, not only in his decision, but in a lot of guys throughout the league.
That one is no good.
And, you know, Durant was not the only one affected by that injury to Paul George. To see something like that happen in an exhibition game can make anybody think twice about summer play.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 8. A baseline J. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Westbrook's got 10 points in the game. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And the pass to Bullock.
Yeah, that one put them over the limit, and if they're not careful, this could turn into a parade at the free throw line.
And guys, when you go to look for holes in the game of Tobias Harris, there really aren't any. One of the hardest workers in our league. If he has any weakness at all, it's his average size speed combo, which most likely will keep him from becoming the perennial all-star type.
On the topic of Tobias Harris, you love that he can contribute in every category of play. He's a solid face-up shooter. Clark, he's getting better with his back to the basket. You can see movement forward all the time.
I love what this young man has shown thus far. You mentioned those things he does. He'll also rebound for you, get loose balls. He does the little things, understands what it takes to win, the consummate pro and team player.
So it's Detroit now, following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Dinwiddie kicks to Bullock, passes it to Blake. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Dinwiddie dishes to Blake. And Durant sends it back. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Here's Westbrook. He's got 10. Dishes to Morrow. Back to Westbrook. He feeds it to Adams. It's Durant on the wing. From about 19 feet. Rebound by the Pistons. Drummond's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Blake kicks to Bullock. Pass to Dinwiddie. Harris against Ibaka. Shot clock at 5. Lets it fly. But they get it back. Back to Harris. Blake, that's for 2. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Blake's got his first basket of the night.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Morrow, no good. The Pistons leading. And here they come. All going up court. And the basket by Harris. Harris has got 4 points in the quarter.
Crisp pass into the paint.
Thunder have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. And Westbrook, here we go, outside for Durant. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
A lot of ferocious dunkers in the NBA, but what could you say about Westbrook as maybe the top dunker right now on that list?
Well, the ferocity, the tenacity. I mean, he's almost angry when he takes it to the basket the way he does. I think that's part of what makes him so special.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
And, you know, with Westbrook, it fits right in with how he plays. I mean, he is relentless when he goes at the rim and takes out any contact he felt on the way to get there.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Anthony's checked in for Drummond. Morris comes in for Reggie Bullock. Johnson, he's checked in for Spencer Dinwiddie. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Steve Blake.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
And one last note, guys, about Westbrook. He dunks on purpose. I mean, last season he said that he dunked so hard to discourage any defender from blocking his shot or even contesting him.
Morris outside. Here's the three. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 3 assists tonight. Thunder trailing by 4. Right wing. Got a piece of it. Taken away by Anthony. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone. The Thunder pull it in.
You know, the alley-oop is a great play when it works, but boy, when it doesn't.
Yeah, it can make you look silly. It embarrasses you. And we had a little silliness right there for sure.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Well, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight. Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability.
That one's good, and the Piston lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Payne.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 12. Morris kicks to Jackson. Back to Morris. Trying to find Johnson. He's got it now. Harris outside. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Enes Kanter.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
And really, last season was one of improvement for the Pistons. They were able to shoot the ball better and better as the season wore on. Overall, they cut out the little mistakes that had bothered them back in 14.
Thunder trailing by 3. .135 left to play here in the half.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Well, as you said, Greg, the Pistons were a team that showed marked improvement, and Clark, they did clean up their play style as well.
Yeah, they got better from 2014 to 15 in terms of upping their assist and cutting down the turnovers. Just made it a much more enjoyable game to watch the way they play.
Harris outside. Johnson, that's for 2. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Payne in the post. Jackson on him.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Harris with it. Kanter covering. Anthony, the pass to Morris. And again, it's the Pistons missing. Thunder trailing by 3. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. That one off the back iron and out.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. On the wing, Singler. The shot goes down, and he gets this game back to even. Singler's got 6 here in this quarter. Jackson. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And so it's tied as we head to halftime. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with Russell Westbrook. And Russell, how confident are you that regardless of what defender you see in front of you, you can get what you want?
Very confident. I have a lot of confidence in myself. I put a lot of work in the summertime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Reggie Jackson is having one of those nights. He had 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 steals. Taking a look at the Pistons, Shaq, what did you think?
I like the way they rebounded. They devoted a lot of energy down low, fighting for each other on the boards, and they helped keep this game tight. If they can continue to do that, it could easily be the factor that swings the game in their favor.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Oklahoma City?
Well, they were lighting it up from 3, and that was the difference in the first half. They did a good job of running off screens, spotting up, and getting rid of the ball quickly. And their shot selection, solid.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters.
Durant doing all sorts of things. He's got 21 points, and he's come away with 2 steals as well. He's blown up some plays out there.
And it also shows you the importance of intelligence as a defender because he has been a nightmare on the ball.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Harris is out there with Andre Drummond. And there's Jackson. Then it's Marcus Morris. And slam dunk by Harris.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Now Morris, after Westbrook's missed 3, feeds to Drummond. Lots of room. Waiters grabs the miss. Waiters got his 3rd rebound tonight. It's Durant with the drive, and he gets it to go. Durant's got 23 points.
And he just big boyed him right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Pistons passing it around. Side, in the corner, Drummond, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
Durant, no good. And, well, Detroit shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. The dish now to Harris. Sinks the three-pointer. Harris has got 13.
You might not think of him as a laser three-pointer, and he had to take it.
Westbrook kicks to Waiters. There's the 3, and the shot is good. Waiters got the game tied up here for the Thunder.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3 ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a 3-point battle taking shape here.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 12, and he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Westbrook up top. He's got 12. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. Westbrook's got 14 points. The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Out to the right wing. Outside Jackson. And Harris wide open. He shoots. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4
Jackson had made some noise about wanting a big contract to be moved last year. Ultimately, he was traded to Detroit.
Yep, Kevin traded from the Thunder to the Pistons, and it actually happened on deadline day.
Three minutes gone now in the third quarter. And here's Westbrook. He's got 14. Ibaka outside. Outside Durant. The three. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And if you go back, remember Jackson struggled with the Pistons last year as well. So the team went on a losing streak as soon as he got there.
Now here's Drummond. He's got 12. To the inside. And he bangs it home with one hand.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he fixed the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
And it's the Thunder with the ball after the basket by Detroit.
And Jackson will look for a fresh start this season. I mean, hard to play with all the drama and questions going in your head about pending free agency.
On the wing, Jackson. Harris outside. 5 on the clock. Here's Drummond. A stupendous finish in traffic. Drummond's got 16 points. And Clark, a great competitive game so far.
Yeah, tit for tat. I mean, back and forth, plenty of lead changes, and excellent play.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Ibaka dishes to Waiters. And it's off from three-point range. The Pistons have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. And Drummond kicks to Jackson. Back to Harris. Drummond working against Ibaka. And Drummond throws it down.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Here's Westbrook after the basket by Detroit. Puts up a three. Rebound, Detroit. Drummond's got 8 rebounds in this game. Guys, this offense very effective.
Going right at him.
And, guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Detroit. Tolliver comes in for Harris. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Morrow's checked in. And the Pistons with possession here. It's a 3-point game. Here's the screen. Jackson kicks to Baines. Stolen by Waiters. And here we go with Morrow running it up the court. Finished off the break. Adams has got his first bucket of the night.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. The Thunder making the shot. Jackson, and it's blocked by Adams. Here's Waiters. Good work defensively by Morris. The Pistons have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
Now here's Durant. He's got 26. And no good. And a chance to take the lead. Fans had a hard time finding their way to the stadium last season for the Pistons at the bottom in several home attendance categories last year.
Yeah, that's right in Auburn Hills. I mean, they used to go a lot when they were winning championships. But to be fair to those fans, it was hard at times to watch the Pistons play. I mean, they could get cold and really struggle on their home floor.
Shot clock at 2. And it's Baines missing.
I think in that situation, it was a nice try to create some space for himself with the fadeaway.
Here's Morrow, covered by Morris. Waiters gets a wide open look, and a miss there on the triple.
And for the Pistons, a lot of their woes here at home were due to defense. I mean, their 18-23 home record comes from allowing too many good looks for their opponents.
Too open that time. Made it look too easy. 8 points for him. Thunder trailing by 3. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Durant, the pass to Morrow. Back to Durant. Screen by Ibaka. Durant wide open. He fires. Can't make good off the pick.
And the Pistons, how about starting out 2-13 at home? I mean, they did turn it around afterwards, going 16-10 to finish out the season. At least they seem to be headed in the right direction.
Johnson, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Enes Kanter's checked in for Adams. Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. Singler, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Payne in for Dion Waiters. Now here's Payne. Singler left side, corner shot, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Singler's got 8 points. The Pistons have gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. Out left to the wing. Here is Tolliver. He's covered by Collison. And the basket by Johnson. And the Pistons lead by 3.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
Here's Morrow. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Payne can't hit.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Outside Jackson. To the inside. Here is Tolliver. For 3. Jackson misses. Thunder trailing by 3. Pass to Kanter. Over to the left wing. Morrow can't get it to go. And Detroit the other way now. Now Jackson. 12 points for him. That's tipped. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Russell Westbrook's checked in for Anthony Morrow. It's a neck-and-neck game in Detroit. Westbrook up top. 14 points for him. Singler for 3. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Johnson, a wide open look. Jackson kicks to Johnson. There's the feed to Baines. Stolen by Collison. And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball.
Stupendous. I love that word. Save that one. The word and the jam. I want to see it again.
Just beautiful.
That's one of those alley-oops upside your head right there.
The Pistons have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. And watching Nick Collison, he makes all the hustle plays, all the little plays, the things that really will not show up in a score sheet, stat sheet. For over a decade, he's had that role and embraced it.
And Kevin, the other thing he does as a veteran is a coach knows what he's going to get. He doesn't make the mistakes that some players make. And while he's not going to be a great scorer in the post or a high-flying rim protector, his game really is built on intelligence and toughness. And so positioning for charges, making open mid-range jump shots, all the unsung things that help a team win games.
And he makes both free throws.
You know, on the topic of Nick Collison shooting, last season was his only real setback. Only shot 42% after having a career 54% shooting percentage. But he's up slightly in most other categories, especially the ones based on hustle and effort.
Now here's Westbrook. 14 points for him.
And when you talk about Nick Collison, every team needs someone like him. He's focused, unselfish. He's that hard-nosed big with just enough skill to bite you when you forget about it.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Durant's checked in. Good on both. Now a timeout called by Detroit. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Dinwiddie kicks to Harris. Now here's Drummond. 18 points for him. To the middle. Worked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Durant against Harris. For the lead. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Detroit's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Blake kicks to Drummond. Fires the three. Kicks it out to Johnson. Blake for three. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Cantor's got his third rebound on the night. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And Westbrook gets it to go. And Clark, as we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, exactly right, Kevin. I mean, these teams just simply keep trading baskets, and as a result, trading the lead.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Harris dishes to Blake. Harris a screen on Waiters. Blake kicks to Harris. The pass to Dinwiddie. Johnson for three. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Oklahoma City out in front. They're up by 2. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead. The Thunder with the lead, and Oklahoma City looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. We've got Russell up there with Durant. Then there's Deion Waiters, and it's Singler in at the 3.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
You're exactly right. I mean, those come back to bite you every time, just like it's biting them now.
That's good. 20 points for Andre Drummond.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
The Thunder leading by 3. And Durant, here we go. And that one is hammered home.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
In the corner, it's Westbrook. No good from outside. The Pistons shooting at 51%. Really solid. Morris passes to Drummond. Harris outside. Johnson in the corner. Morris outside. To the inside. 4 on the shot clock. Harris dishes to Drummond. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Drummond's got 10 points here in the second half.
That coverage is just too weak. I mean, heading down the stretch, that sort of defensive lapse can cost you a game.
And taken away by Johnson. Inside. And Harris gets it to go on the assist by Johnson. And that's 17 points for Tobias Harris. Thunder have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line to shoot 2.
And guys, Deion Waiters is a man who has never met a shot he didn't like. Despite shooting less than 40% from the field last season, he just kept on shooting. Now, every once in a while, he'd get hot and it would look good. But when he's off, which was most of the time, it didn't look very good. He's got to improve shot selection and shot discipline.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Ibaka's checked in. Ray, getting back to Waiters, there's a reason the Cavaliers dealt the former 4th overall pick in the draft. Not only did he shoot poorly, but Clark, he averaged less than 2 assists a game.
Yeah, I think it's a mindset adjustment with Waiters. I've loved his talent and his ability to make plays and shots. Now he just has to recalibrate his thinking so he can be effective in the role he's asked to play.
It's Drummond, high post. Westbrook pulls it in.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took. And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
Oklahoma City leading by 5. And Waiters kicks to Westbrook. Tries from 10, and that's good for 2. Westbrook's got 19 points. The Pistons have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. Jackson kicks to Drummond. To the inside. Here's Harris. Shot is off. Excellent D from Cancer. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Here's the 3, and it's Russell Westbrook with the 3. Westbrook's got 5 points in the quarter.
No three-pointers for him in that first half, but the second half, different story. Yeah, and a big year for Enes Kanter last season. I mean, traded from the Jazz to the Thunder and finally saw the minutes that he was hoping for.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. And Cantor did play well with the increased minutes last season, Clark. Averaged a double-double after the trade.
I think it was a great fit for him in Oklahoma City. He still has work to do, but now that he feels like he's in the right environment, I think we're going to see that great potential of his start to come to fruition.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He didn't exactly take it easy on them, saying, how much do you want it? Don't tell me. Show me out there. We have to play better. We have to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
Thank you, Doris.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And, Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
Morris passes to Blake. Stolen by Westbrook. Oh, and there's the alley-oop through.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
And that's what makes the alley-oop such a terrific play when you're able to execute it.
Here's Tolliver. The shot, no good. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. Blake, that's for 2. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock.
Really quite surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds given what the scoreboard says.
Yeah, not typical. They've been dominant on the board, but they are still falling short on the scoreboard.
And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
And so here is Oklahoma City. Westbrook up top. Adams dishes to Durant. There's the triple. Top of the key, Ibaka. There's a good screen. Here's Waiters. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Waiters got the lead up to 10 now for the Thunder. The Pistons have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Here's Blake. He's guarded by Waiters. Blake kicks to Drummond. And there's the 3-second violation. And it's the Thunder with the ball. Westbrook with it. He dishes it to Durant. Launches it. The rebound by Blake.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Tolliver for three. That's good.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Oklahoma City leading by 7. Westbrook kicks to Durant. Passes to Ibaka. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Good! And it's now 26 points for Russell Westbrook. For Detroit, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth and even 50%. The drive by Jackson. Tolliver for three. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
In the first half, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes. But finding themselves down now, they've started to cast up a lot more triples.
Durant kicks to Ibaka. Back to Durant. Outside Westbrook. Dishes it to Waiters. He kicks it to Westbrook. His three-pointers off the mark. Pistons trail by 6. Outside Jackson. Drummond with a screen on Westbrook. Westbrook against Jackson. To the paint. 5 on the clock. And Drummond throws it down.
That's what I like. A nice, strong finish inside.
That's what he does. He's got that dunker mentality.
My goodness. Physicality personified right there. Able to just go up and finish over the biggest defender.
And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul. Coming onto the floor for your Pistons, number 6.
Durant against Morris. Here's Waiters. The three-pointer, no good.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
Jackson kicks to Morris. To the middle. Drummond passes to Morris. 3 on the clock. Again, the Pistons score.
The assist from Marcus Morris.
And here's Westbrook. Fires from 14. Jump shot is good. Westbrook's got 16 here in the second half.
His switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
He's covered by Westbrook. To the middle, stolen by Durant. Outside Jackson. Back to Drummond. And there's the call on Durant. That'll be his second foul of the game. Jackson drives in. Shot clock at 6. Kicks it to Tolliver. Launches a 3. No good. Great D that time from Westbrook. Outside Durant. Back to Westbrook. Screen by Ibaka. Jumper off the screen. Hits some rim on the way in. And the bucket's good. 30 points for Russell Westbrook.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg. And when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
To the paint. Here's Tolliver. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
So for the Pistons, Tobias Harris is checked in for Tolliver. Johnson comes in for Marcus Morris. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Jackson.
Steve Blake.
Ibaka outside. Now here's Waiters. D right on him. Here's Durant. Offensive rebound. Adams dishes to Durant. Over Johnson. That one wide left.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what, Kevin, but he's been awful ever since the second half started. Not even been a factor.
Harris kicks to Drummond. And it's blocked by Adams. And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball. And that one's good. Ibaka's got 4 points in the quarter. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Thunder.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Here's Harris. The Thunder pull it in.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on it, they expect him to make it.
Pass to Waiters. The tray. Ibaka dishes to Westbrook and taken away by Johnson.
Well, the clock has become their worst enemy.
Not a friend anymore. They've got to work quickly from here. Well, nothing was going down for him in the first half, but since the break, he's been on target.
Guys, they're holding on to the slimmest of leads.
And they can't afford to let it
air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
Enes Kanter's checked in for the Thunder. It's Durant on the wing. He's guarded by Johnson.
And a strong game for Harris. 19 points and the 2 nice steals as well. He's given them a lot with his passing and with his defensive work.
How about the activity of those hands here today?
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And the second of 2 is good. That narrows the lead down to just 3.
If he hits all of those, they're feeling a lot more comfortable. But now, still a one-possession game.
Clark, a big-time possession here.
Tell you what, their hearts have to be racing right now.
Kanter, the pass to Waiters. Yes!
That was just a perfect possession. Getting it in tight for the high-percentage shot.
Detroit with the ball. Blake for 3. And they will call over the back on the play.
Yeah, he looked clumsy on that one. He was not going to get away with that.
Yeah, he climbed all over him. I mean, there's a picture of that one in the officiating manual. So, clear, easy call.
We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we've got the intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul. 15. At the line for Pistons, Russell.
Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
And here are the Pistons now.
Just too much of a deficit to overcome.
Just not enough clicks and ticks left on that clock in this one, Greg.
Here's Harris. It's good. And now they trail by just 4. They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
And that's exactly how you close a game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're behind by 5. 6 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, coaches tell them take the easy points in a hurry and then foul as soon as possible.
Yeah, but you don't want to foul blindly, though. I think teams make a mistake when they do that. Go for the steal. See if you can force a mistake. And then see what happens after that.
So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing.
Hi, Kevin. Well, much will be made of the scoring that you had here, certainly. But can you describe or put a value on the contributions of your teammates?
Well, it's a team game. Everybody has to come to play. Everybody play hard in the second half. We stuck together, so we just got to continue to do that.
A solid all-around effort. Thank you so much. Kevin, over to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Russell Westbrook. He had an outstanding fourth quarter where he really shined, pouring it on heavy down the stretch.
They kept feeding him the basketball, and he did not disappoint. For the guys guarding him, it was a long, long night. As he pushed his point totals in the 30s, he got more and more determined. Great effort.
When you're facing Westbrook, you're always going to have your hands full. And tonight, he proved that once again. There's only one thought going through Russell's head. Attack, attack, attack. I know that was 3 thoughts, Kenny.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.